loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today is Foundation Friday, so happy Foundation Friday to you. And we're going to be doing something that has been requested, or reviewing something that's been requested quite a few times. So before we get going, hit the subscribe button, share this with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright, so today we're going to be talking all about this foundation called the CYO foundation. Now, I would have not known about this unless so many of you guys direct messaged me and tweeted at me, so thank you so much for keeping me in the loop. This is a great priced foundation if you're looking for one. This is $5.99 on the Walgreens website. That's where I bought it, but it looks like it's on sale, so originally it was $7. That's what I bought it for, was $7. It's supposed to be a medium coverage. There are 15 shades, so not a huge range. It's supposed to be smudge proof, transfer free. Basically it has vitamins E in it, which is going to help the skin look really, hydrated, and it's going to nourish the skin while you're wearing it. It is made in France. So the one cool thing about it, or many cool things about it, is that it is free of some of the more harmful ingredients, now in quotation marks, that the US allows in their products. It is held to the EU standards, so there isn't as many harmful ingredients that there are in some of the more US-based drugstore foundations, so that is fantastic. It still has dimethicone in it, so it's going to be up to you. It does have mica and talc in it. It does have titanium dioxide, but the rest of it doesn't look super bad. So I should be using those in quotation marks. It doesn't look like some of the US-based drugstore foundations and even high-end foundations, to be honest with you, some more of the toxic ingredients. But so this is really exciting. It is definitely something that I have worn many times because you know me, I like to wear this a couple of times and tell you how it worked for me. For oily skin to combination, you can absolutely apply this with a foundation brush or your hands. The method of application that they recommend is you're supposed to shake the bottle, and then you're supposed to dot on your cheeks, nose, and chin, and then blend in with your fingers on your with a sponge or a brush, and that's what I'm going to do today. Another really cool thing about this foundation is that they are cruelty-free, so hooray for that. I was wondering too, as I'm going to put this on, I wondered what CYO stands for, and it says, we're all about makeup your way, and that doesn't stop at the products. Even our name is up to you. Create, color, call your own. Let's make it up together. Isn't that interesting? So I guess the brand doesn't have a name. I guess you're supposed to make it up. I thought that was fun. All right, let me pull my hair back. So the one thing though is that the pictures on the Walgreens website to pick out your color are very misleading. I actually ordered two and didn't get the second one. This is, what number is this? I think 104, and it is way too light for me. I will tell you honestly, way too light. I'd have to mix this in with something, but I will bronze my skin up so it doesn't look crazy, but ahead of time, this is too light, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pump on my hand. I'm gonna dot on my nose, my forehead, and on my cheeks, and on my chin. And then all I do is I take my beauty blender. Now for this foundation, I do not use a primer because I use my May Love sunscreen, and that actually has a built-in primer to it, which I'm finding for me right now, that's enough of a primer for me in this climate. So it is definitely you can definitely use a primer if you have more oilier skin, because this is a very skin-like foundation. It says it's a medium coverage, but if you apply just a very little bit, it has a beautiful finish to it. Now again, I am ghostly white, so please don't mind that, but look how pretty and radiant the skin looks if this was my color. I really enjoy it. It has no scent to it, absolutely at all. And from what I can see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I can see in the ingredients is that there is no fragrance in here. So that's super exciting. But I am going to press the rest of this all into my skin. It goes on very quickly. I think for me, yes, you can build this foundation up to a medium coverage, but when I have worn it, it looks best applied in a more sheer fashion. For me, it does not pull to any texture that I might have in my skin. But if you do want a little bit fuller coverage, you are going to probably go through the product a little bit more, but because this is pump 2. So, but it's, $7 or $5, so that's no big deal. But it is really pretty on the skin. And when I've worn it before, I actually did not set it very much. So I just kind of set it with a finishing powder, and that was it. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to actually set it with a finishing powder that has no shimmer or anything to it. I'm going to be setting it with the Hourglass Mineral Veil Powder. It says it has a luminous finish, but I really have to disagree with it. It's just a traditional finishing setting powder. So this is it. The only thing that I noticed when I wore this is that for some reason on me, it looks very strange on my upper lip, but then it looks gorgeous everywhere else on my face. So I'll get up real close so you can see. Do you see how sometimes, I don't have any dry patches here, but for some reason, if I put it on a little too heavy around my lip, it definitely clings to whatever might be there. And I just dermaflashed, so I don't have anything there. So I have to really make sure that I pat this out to make sure it looks decent, for sure. So this is what it looks like. Again, to me, it looks so pretty. I have been very, very impressed with this foundation from the times that I have been wearing it. I really want to get the right color for me because this is such a gorgeous foundation. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel kicky, it doesn't feel tacky, and because it is a long wearing foundation, a foundation that is smudge resistant and long wearing, it actually means that it has a self-setting mechanism to it. So when you give this a second to kind of dry down and do its thing, for most people, obviously not oily combination, but most people from normal to about dehydrated, I would say, probably won't have to set this foundation. So that is what's beautiful about this and so many other things. But we're going to give it a real good wear test today. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back to show you in natural light and what the finished look looks like, if I can speak. Oh, P.S. This might be the last video you see in this background. I am changing up my beauty room. Tomorrow, actually, my painter is coming, and so probably next week these videos will be filmed probably in my bedroom while I get everything set up, but I am super excited to bring you a fresh, clean, new look for 2019. All right, so let me go finish the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back. All right, love, so here we are in natural daylight. Everything is on. I barely set this with any powder. I remembered that I thought I had to set it, but then it didn't feel like it at all. Again, because it has that self-setting mechanism in it. It feels extremely lightweight. I can barely feel that anything is on. The glow in the middle of my face is actually natural, just from me. I've worn this foundation now for about 45 minutes because I'm filming some other stuff at the same time. But I barely used any of the Mineral Veil Powder by Hourglass. It just feels great. Honestly, this foundation is super awesome. I've really, really been enjoying wearing it. I have been mixing it with a darker foundation just so I can actually wear it, but the consistency of this is stunning. I think that it won't sit into fine lines or wrinkles. I love that you can apply this so gently and so minimally that it just really evens out skin tone. So far for this price point is just a rock star. And so we're gonna give this a good wear test. I'm gonna check in a few hours and we will see how it holds up. And I will say that it does not come off on any hands. That claim is correct. It does not come off on my phone. Those claims absolutely do hold up. So I think this is a cool foundation, and it's not overly luminous too. So my oily or combination skin girls, if you just prep it like we normally talk about, with a little bit of mattifying primer, maybe just down the center, I think you're good to go. So I'll see you guys in a few hours. Hey loves, I'm back. It is 4 hours later. We're losing sunlight by the minute, so I had to put a little light on my phone, so that's what you're seeing right now. But I'll get up real close so you can see everything. My lipstick, don't mind it. It's kind of coming off now. Look how pretty the skin looks. I mean, It's so, so pretty, and it's staying exactly where I put it. It's staying right in place. It looks great on my forehead. You know, I don't apply very much. Right here has actually gone away. It looks really flawless. It's not overly dewy. I mean, literally this is 4 hours later, so it's been on for probably a total of 5 hours, and it just looks really pretty. I'm impressed. I'm gonna wear this for a few hours more. It says it has 15 hours of wear, which I don't doubt. So we're gonna try it for a few more hours, but so far so good. It's completely weightless. I forget I have a foundation on, and I think it looks very, very pretty. It doesn't accentuate any pores, and remember, I don't have a primer really on. I just have my SPF that doubles as a primer. So highly, highly, highly impressed. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so it is actually a total of 9 hours and like 15 minutes from when I started with this foundation. Again, no light, so it's a little bit of a kind of a light from my phone, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks really pretty. I'm impressed. Now, the only thing is that it's getting a little bit kind of dry looking. Sorry, my cat's coming in. But it's getting a little bit dry looking right here. And what I normally would do was hit it with some rehydrating spray and then put my Hourglass ambient lighting powder over it. And what that does is just gives the glow back. But overall, I am more than impressed with this foundation. I am getting over a cold, so it's really stayed nicely, you know, as well to be expected on my nose. I've eaten dinner and lunch, and I think it's really great. You know who I think this would actually be great for everyone that has like combination to dry skin. I think if you have dehydrated skin, I think it just needs to be prepped properly and probably finished with an illuminizing powder like the ambient lighting powder from Hourglass. And if you are oily, I think it would still be really good for you, but I think it needs to be prepped. So it needs to have a setting powder as well as a mattifying primer underneath it. But it really is a long wearing foundation. I think it looks just like skin. I can't believe the price, to be honest with you. The price is just incredible. And the formulation is pretty darn good. I just think it's great. I'm really excited. So I'm excited to get the new one, the new color. That's what I really need to get now, to make sure that I have one that matches me. But I hope that this inspires you to try this foundation. Again, I've heard so much about this, and it really has lived up to its claim. So go $7 foundation on sale for $5.99. I love it. So let me know if you guys have tried this foundation. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear maybe your thoughts on different applications for different skin types, whatever's worked for you, because you know that every little bit helps our squad, because we all have different skin types. So yeah, so thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Let's live from me to you. Mwah. Bye, loves.